Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Journey podcast. I'm your host, Tony, and today we're diving into a topic that can completely change the way you see problems, goals, and even your future. That topic is strategic thinking. Now, when most people hear the phrase strategic thinking, they imagine CEOs in boardrooms or politicians making big national decisions. But here's the truth: strategic thinking is not just for leaders in suits. It's a skill that anyone, including you, can learn, practice, and use in everyday life. Think about it. Maybe you want to improve your career, manage your time better, or simply make smarter choices about your studies, your relationships, or your finances. Strategic thinking is like having a map and compass in your pocket. Instead of reacting to life's surprises, you prepare, plan, and adapt in a way that keeps you moving toward your bigger goals. So, what exactly is strategic thinking? Simply put, it's the ability to look ahead, to think not just about what's happening right now, but about the long-term effects of your choices. It's like planning a trip. You don't only focus on where you're standing today, but you also check the whole map, choose your route, and prepare for any possible delays or changes. And here's the exciting part. Anyone can do this. You don't need a business degree or political experience. You just need curiosity, awareness, and a willingness to ask good questions. In today's episode, we'll explore this idea more deeply. To make it fun and practical, we'll listen to a conversation between Tom and Emily, two friends who try to apply strategic thinking in their own lives. Through their discussion, you'll hear real examples, useful expressions, and maybe you'll even reflect on how you can think more strategically yourself. So let's get into it.
Hey, Emily, have you ever thought about what strategic thinking really means? I keep hearing it in business books, but I'm not sure I use it in real life.
Oh, absolutely. I think of it as looking ahead, kind of like playing chess. Every move you make should connect to your bigger plan.
That's a good analogy. So it's not just about reacting to problems, but preparing for what's coming next.
Exactly. For instance, when I was learning Spanish, I didn't just study whenever I felt like it. I created a weekly plan, set small goals, and reviewed my progress regularly. That's strategic thinking in action.
Interesting. I usually just go with the flow. Maybe that's why my guitar practice never sticks.
Well, if your goal is to actually improve, you need more than go with the flow. You need a clear direction. What do you want to achieve in the next 3 months?
Maybe play a full song without mistakes.
Perfect. Then your strategy could be practice 15 minutes daily, focus on one song, and track your progress.
So it's like turning vague dreams into concrete steps.
Exactly. That's one part of strategic thinking, clarifying goals.
Got it. But isn't it also about being aware of your environment?
Yes, awareness is huge. Take business, for example. If you want to grow your company, you can't just focus on yourself. You need to watch your competitors, pay attention to market trends, and understand what's changing around you.
That makes sense. If you ignore the outside world, you might miss opportunities or walk into mistakes.
Right. And strategic thinkers ask good questions too. Questions like, why did this happen? And what if I try a different approach?
I like that. For example, if I mess up a project at work, instead of beating myself up, I could ask, why did this go wrong? And what can I do differently next time?
Exactly. That's how you grow. Asking why and what if opens up possibilities instead of closing them.
But what about decision making? Strategic thinking sounds like it involves a lot of choices.
Yes, evaluating options carefully is another big part. Imagine you have two job offers. One pays more but is far from home. The other is closer but pays less.
I'd probably take the money.
That's one way, but a strategic thinker would look beyond salary. They'd ask, how will this affect my lifestyle, my growth, my happiness? Sometimes the lower paying job might give you more in the long run.
So it's about the bigger picture.
Exactly. And here's something else: patience and flexibility. Strategic thinking doesn't mean rushing into a decision, it means giving yourself time to think clearly.
But what if the plan doesn't work out?
Then you adjust. Flexibility is key. Don't stick to an old plan blindly. If something isn't working, change the strategy.
That reminds me of when I tried a super strict diet. I thought I had to follow it perfectly, but when it didn't fit my lifestyle, I quit. Maybe if I had been flexible, I could have adjusted instead of giving up.
Exactly. Flexibility keeps you moving forward.
But what about distractions? Honestly, I feel like the modern world is designed to destroy focus.
Oh, 100%. Notifications, social media, random news updates, they all steal attention. But to think strategically, you need to stay focused on your big goals.
So, like turning off notifications?
Yes, and also setting clear priorities. Protect your time. Don't let small distractions eat up the hours you need for important work.
Easier said than done.
True, but practice helps. Start small. For example, plan your week every Sunday, or save a little money each month. Those are small decisions, but over time, they train your brain to think strategically.
So, it's like building a muscle.
Exactly. The more you practice, the stronger it gets.
I like that. Before this chat, I thought strategic thinking was only for CEOs. Now I realize it's just smart living.
That's right. It's about taking control of your life instead of drifting.
So, to sum up, know your goals, stay aware of your environment, ask good questions, evaluate choices, be flexible, stay focused, and keep practicing.
Perfect summary, Tom. That's the essence of strategic thinking.
Well, thanks, Emily. I think I'll start by making a strategy for my guitar practice.
And I'll continue with my Spanish. Maybe we can hold each other accountable.
Deal. Strategic thinking, here we come.
And hopefully our listeners are inspired to try it too.
Wow, that was a really insightful conversation between Tom and Emily. Let's pause for a moment and highlight the key lessons we can take away. First, clarity of goals. If you don't know what you want, it's almost impossible to plan a strategy. Second, awareness of your environment. Pay attention to what's happening around you so you can spot opportunities and avoid mistakes. Third, asking good questions like why and what if. These open the door to deeper solutions. Fourth, evaluating your options carefully. Don't just look at surface details like money or convenience, but think about long-term impact. Fifth, flexibility and patience. Even the best strategy needs adjustment when circumstances change. And finally, focus. Protect your attention, because without focus, strategy becomes just a dream. The bottom line is this: strategic thinking is not a complicated theory for CEOs. It's a practical life skill for everyone. Whether you're planning your studies, your career, or even your daily habits, thinking strategically helps you take control of your future instead of just drifting along. All right, now that we've wrapped up the conversation and pulled out the key lessons, let's slow down and look at some of the useful words and phrases from today's dialogue. These expressions are not only helpful for understanding the topic of strategic thinking, but also for making your own English sound more natural.
First up is strategic thinking. That simply means planning ahead and considering long-term effects. For example, strategic thinking helps me prepare for my career.
Yes, and next we have long-term effects. That means the results that happen in the future, not right away. Like this: eating healthy has long-term effects on your health.
Good one. Another important phrase is clarify goals. That means making your goals clear and specific. For instance, I need to clarify my goals before starting a new project.
Right. Now, let's talk about environment. Here, it means the situation and conditions around you. For example, you must understand the business environment to succeed.
Exactly. And along with that, we often say competitors, the people or companies you are competing against. Like this, our competitors just launched a new product.
Another phrase is market trends. That's the direction in which the market is moving. For instance, following market trends helps you make better decisions.
Great. Now, here's a positive one, opportunities. That means chances for progress or success. For example, learning English opened many opportunities for me.
Yes, but let's balance that with mistakes. These are wrong actions or decisions. Like this, strategic thinking helps you avoid mistakes.
Another useful phrase is ask why and what if. Strategic thinkers always ask these questions to explore possibilities. For instance, what if I try a new strategy?
Next, we have evaluate options. That means carefully considering your different choices. For example, I evaluated all options before choosing my job.
And along with that comes pros and cons. Those are the advantages and disadvantages of something. Like this, let's discuss the pros and cons of moving abroad.
Here's another good one, lifestyle. That's the way a person lives. For example, I chose a job that fits my lifestyle.
And connected to that is growth, which means personal or professional development. For instance, this company offers great opportunities for growth.
Don't forget flexibility. That's the ability to change and adapt when things don't go as planned. Like this, flexibility is important when plans don't work out.
True, and you can't do anything without focus, the ability to concentrate your attention. For example, I turned off my phone to stay focused.
Right, but sometimes distractions get in the way. Those are things that steal your attention. For instance, social media is my biggest distraction.
That's why we need priorities. Priorities are the most important things to focus on. Like this, my priority this year is improving my English.
And here's a helpful phrase, protect your time. That means guarding your time from unimportant tasks. For example, I protect my time by saying no to unnecessary meetings.
Almost done. Another phrase is small steps. Those are little actions that lead to big results. For instance, saving $10 a week is a small step toward financial freedom.
And finally, let's end with habit. That's something you do regularly, almost automatically. Like this, strategic thinking becomes easier when it's a habit.
That's it for today's episode of the English Journey podcast. Thanks for joining us as we explored strategic thinking with Tom and Emily. Remember, it's not just for leaders or executives. It's for anyone who wants to make smarter choices and design a better future. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, start practicing your own strategic thinking today. The more you do it, the stronger it becomes. See you next time on the English Journey podcast.